What's up, YouTube? Here we go. Here we go. You already know I'm tapping in. I'm tapping in, man. Tupac, rest in peace, my ninja, my ninja. So this one here, I got a split episode. We got to go into these cut different pieces and stuff to unlayer this right here. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like and subscribe. Let's figure this shit out, y'all. Let's do it.
Orlando Anderson, well, at the time of this particular shooting, he was already a legend in the hood because there's no doubt in my mind, which I agree with you, that he was the shooter of Tupac Shakur. Okay, so he already had legend status in the hood over that at the time of this shooting, but we go way back with Baby Lane to when he first started up in Southside Crips. Because during this shooting that Reggie's going to talk about, he was with a guy named Michael Duro, Little Al. Well, in their initiation in the Southside Crips, they ambushed Blondie and me at a McDonald's at Long Beach and Alondra over there. That was their initiation into the gang. So we knew him when he first started in the gang, and then we watched him grow up in the hood. And at the time of this shooting, Timmy and I were investigating Baby Lane on a murder of Chapman Nutty Block Crip. It's Elbert Webb that he supposedly killed at a party. And we also investigated murders on Michael Duro over the years. So these guys were no punks. I mean, they've been around the block. They were true Southside gang members down for the hood, and they were the real deal.
People always say that Vegas PD and all of them knew who Orlando Anderson was that night. Could you explain to the public how did Vegas PD learn who Orlando Anderson was?
Absolutely. It was several days later that they found out about the fight between Tupac Shug when they jumped him after the Tyson fight. Well, it was a couple days later that we got involved in the investigation, and Timmy Brennan, Blondie, he went to Las Vegas to identify these guys. So they showed him the tape, and Blondie automatically knew who Baby Lane was and told Las Vegas PD at that time. It was like, I believe it was like 2 days later after the shooting.
So when did you hear that rumor about Orlando being, matter of fact, escorted out in the location by Reggie Senior?
Oh, are you kidding me? Reggie Senior was nowhere in Vegas. That's a ridiculous statement.
Based on what Bobby was telling you to give me the background on Baby Lane, I just recall the day that the shooting occurred, we had a triple homicide that occurred on Alondra and Oleander. But at the time, I was on the rear lot talking to, I believe, Bobby and a couple of other people on the rear lot, and we heard gunshots. We actually heard them. Then all of a sudden, they told us that they were gunshot victims, the dispatch, at Alondra and Oleander. I was almost in my car, and I flew out of a parking lot, and I had one of these cars with bells and whistles on it. And as I was coming down this street right behind me, Willowbrook, toward Alondra to go over to the car wash, I saw this guy standing out in the middle of the street flagging me down. And as I approached about right there and realized it was Al, who I've been knowing for a long time, and so Michael Duro was flagging me, and as soon as I stopped, what was going through my mind at the time is, I got gunshot victims I know over there because they put out the call. I got him all frantic in the street, and then as I got out, he said, Reg, they shot Lane. I knew they were directly involved. So I immediately hooked up Michael, had him in handcuffs, and I walked him around to the truck where Baby Lane was kind of like hanging out of the truck with the door open. And to me, he looked like he was dead. But we had called paramedics and stuff. They started rolling. Ray and Eddie Aguirre, my other two gang guys, along with Bobby and them, were at the scene with me. But I told Bobby and them to go to the scene. So Ladd and Brendan, they left to go to the actual scene. Ray Richardson, myself, and it may be a patrol officer or something. I even think the chief had came by, Uri Taylor, while we were right here on the corner, and the paramedics was here. I had, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Eddie eventually or somebody to take the road to the station. And then Ray, I saw Ray get on the rig to talk to Baby Lane as they were pulling him away. And I found out later that Ray had asked him basically, you know, about did he shoot Tupac? Did he shoot Tupac? And he kind of just looked at him and he called him by a nickname they had or something. And Ray said, he said, hey, look, you know, almost like F you, and didn't respond to him as far as giving him any information. Then I left and I went to the scene where Ladd and Brennan and a bunch of patrol officers. Help me out again.
Oh, you said Anderson, Anderson. You know, he was like I was like a big fan of his. To me, he was like, when you say Tupac, he was like, you know what I'm saying, the Marvin Gaye rap to me.
Shot across Dre.
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They would drove on my side, I would popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
And you guys tossed him in the back seat. And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just
Okay.
say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming up Flamingo and got to the light. He was going to go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came, and shit. I ain't gonna go into details like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you got it in a book. You done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, you know, Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out
In
of
the
line.
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of
He
their
jumping
car?
in. I seen a bullet going Suge's head. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They would drove on my side, I would have popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into details on that one. Keep it streets on me. I ain't gonna go into detail on that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and read from the book.
Well,
So
let them buy the book then.
Okay, well, I'm just going to read this passage. The shit was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command. Keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought that motherfucker was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's some bullshit. Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
In L.A.,
At Wingstop.
at Wingstop.
Yeah. Not
Exactly.
Wingstop, but Hot Wings. LA Hot Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess you said that Puffy called and said, "Was that us?" And you didn't say nothing.
I didn't say nothing. Yeah, you're right.
There's also, you go into the book, that apparently there was supposed to be $1 million that Zip was supposed to bring back, but he ended up keeping the money and buying a nightclub with it.
That's what the FBI said.
The FBI said that.
Yeah.
You guys never got any money
Never.
for anything.
Nothing. Not even a pair of Sean John drawers. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. It seemed like Puff do that though. He seemed like every time some bad shit go around here, it look like it's some shit on the grass. He don't step around that shit. He get away from that bullshit.
Okay. Yeah. With tons of potential to impact the world, I hate that Tupac's family, friends, and fans, especially his mother, Afeni Shakur, had to go through the pain of losing her son. It's terrible losing people like that. I know that pain too well. However, I stand firm on the point that Tupac, Suge Knight, and the rest of those dudes didn't have any business putting their hands on my beloved nephew, Baby Lane, period. Then jumping on my nephew gave us the ultimate green light to do something to their ass.
Exactly.
So you have a sense of remorse for what happened to Tupac?
Yeah. I got a sense of remorse that happened to any brother. You know what I'm saying? We should stop all this bullshit with each other, black on black crimes. It's bullshit. We need to wake up our whole community.
Tupac was special, though.
And he was an asshole too. He shot a couple of cops. You know what I'm saying?
Protecting a black kid that was getting beat up by those cops.
Okay. Well, he shot a couple of cops. We ain't never shot a couple of cops. You know what I'm saying? He did some shit now.
You still see his music, 25 years later, people still love his music. His music is still being.
So I'm gonna say something right there because that's where you can tell that he has an inner hate. I feel with Pac at the end of the day because when Pac shot them officers, niggas don't do that. They run from the police. They freeze. Pac did some shit that average black person wouldn't have did. So for him to say he shot the police, like nigga, you told the police. So that I don't agree with that, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe, man. I think that he have an inner feeling about Pac. Well, he has to because he was a driver and he was the reason why Tupac not here today. So karma's a motherfucker, man. Remember that, y'all. Like and subscribe. Tell me what y'all think, man. Talk to me, man. Y'all know I'll talk back.
That was all our plans. So everybody was coming to the cafe and shit. I seen some partners from 1180 East Coast Crip. They're like, hey, they just jumped on your nephew. Like, ooh. Said some death row niggas. Like, bullshit. They're like, yeah. And we ran into the lane inside the lobby.
So y'all ran into your nephew Orlando. What did he say to you?
He just said they jumped on him and stuff like that. And I asked him, was he all right? He said his shoulder's kind of fucked up. I guess when getting kicked in the shoulder or something, he said his shoulder was fucked up.
How mad was he?
I was more mad than him. Yeah. Why would you know what I'm saying, motherfucker? You know what's up. Know who people that is.
So what exactly did he tell you? Did he tell you like, yo, Tupac jumped on me, or?
He just said the death row niggas jumped on him.
And the only injury he had was his shoulder.
His shoulder was kind of fucked up.
Okay, so take me through that. Orlando, he got jumped. What happened after that?
So we ran into the New York dudes. Zip them. They asked us, do we need some help? We like, nah, we good. And then my little homie, we had some little homies out here selling work, kilos and shit. They like, man, we know where them niggas gonna be. They gonna be at the 662 Club. They been advertising this all week. They gonna perform this night. So we went up there, and my little homies went and got the choppers. Waited up there about an hour. We got tired and went on, let's go get high. We bought some champagne bottles, Cristal and Dom Perignon and shit. Stopped at the store and got that shit. When we left, we was in 3 cars, matter of fact. And the other 2 cars missed the light. So we kept on going, heading towards the hotel. When we got to Flamingo, that's when dude was hanging out. He was like he was in a parade or something. Stupid ass, hanging out the window.
So how I see it, you know what I mean? He had immunity with LA when they ran up in this house out there, found them drugs, and he told the story. But you don't have immunity when you keep talking on these platforms. Las Vegas is green. So you did the crime in Las Vegas. What you got done in LA is in LA. We don't give a fuck about that. This is our jurisdiction, and you did that crime out here in the Las Vegas, Nevada. So he kind of opened up the door for himself. So this is the outcome. When you talk too much, you talk to yourself. You're 60 years old, and this is your aftermath, man. You know what I mean? Again, rest in peace, Tupac Shakur, man. You know, you made an impact on my life, man, and you know, rest in peace, man. And you know, every dog has his day, man.
27 years. For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Prior to September 7th of 1996, as we all know, Tupac Shakur was an artist who was signed with Death Row Records. And that Death Row Records and its CEO, Marion Suge Knight, were closely affiliated with the Mob Piru criminal street gangs, and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips. Dwayne Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips. On the night of September 7th of 1996, Tupac Shakur, along with Suge Knight and members of their entourage, which include members of Mob Piru, came to Vegas to attend the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Dwayne Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bank inside the MGM. At that time, they began to kick and punch him near that elevator bank. I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you have already seen, related to the incident. And on this incident, you will see Tupac Shakur, who's wearing a shiny satiny shirt, with Marion Suge Knight, who is a large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson. Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene, and then they will leave the area of the fight. Little did anyone know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death.
Like I said, every dog has their day. Tell me what y'all think. Like and subscribe, and talk to me, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. You know, how y'all feel about this, man. You know, do he deserve to be where he at? Do y'all agree with me? Every dog has their day. And it's always gonna be rest in peace, Tupac, man. He's gone too soon. 25 years old, man. Legend, man. Peace out, y'all. Like and subscribe. Peace.